Hello and welcome to the Music Theory Guy Clinic with me, Music Theory Guy. If you've got a question about music theory, this is the place to get it answered. If you'd like to get in touch, you can send me an email or you can contact me via Twitter or Facebook. Now that's precisely what Gilberto Torres from Los Angeles has done. He's written to me and he wants to know about repeats. This is the second of a 6-part series of videos on repeats, and in this video I'm looking at first and second time repeats. Let's have a look. Okay, let's start off by having a look at a simple piece of music that's already got first and second time repeats included in it. So here's a piece of music, and here we go. Here are the first and second time repeats at the very end. Now there's a few things to notice here. First of all, nestled away in the middle is an end repeat sign. Now hopefully you've already watched part 1 of this series of videos, which tells you what exactly an end repeat symbol is. This bar here is the first time bar or first time measure, and here is the second time bar or second time measure, and I'll explain exactly what they are in just one moment. The important thing is before you start playing any piece of music is to have a quick scan through and see if you can spot where the first and second time repeats are, where the repeat symbols are located, just so you know exactly what it is you're going to be tackling. Okay, so this is how you would actually play this short piece of music. You'd obviously start at the very beginning and you'd play to the end repeat sign, which is located at the end of that first time repeat. Now, because there's no start repeat sign, you go right back to the very beginning. Now, if you're not sure about start and end repeat signs, do have a look at part 1 of this series of videos on repeats. So you go back to the very beginning because there's no start repeat sign. And then what you do, you play from the beginning. But what you do when you get to the first time repeat is you don't play that first time measure. You completely miss it out. You jump directly to the second time measure. The key thing to remember is that the first time you play the repeated section, you only play the first time measure. And when you repeat the section, you don't play that first time measure and you jump straight to that second time measure. Let's have a look and a listen to how this music would be played. The concept of first and second time repeats isn't that complicated, but what I do find with my students is that they sometimes forget whether they're playing a passage for the first time or the second time. So try and keep a mental record as you're playing, whether it's the first or the second time you're playing a particular passage. If it's the first, you obviously just play the first time repeat. If it's the second time, well, you jump past that first time measure and go straight to that second time measure. And before we finish, just a little bit of clarity on if you do come across a start repeat sign. So let's add one in just here. So this is how you'd play this passage now that there's a start and an end repeat sign. You obviously start at the very beginning and you play all the way to that end repeat sign. But what you do this time is rather than going back to the beginning, you go back to the start repeat sign. And then you play from that start repeat sign, and as before you jump straight past the first time measure and you jump directly to that second time measure. Okay, well I hope that's been useful to you, Gilberto, and anybody else that's been watching. If any of you have any further questions about music theory, please do get in touch. I look forward to receiving your emails and messages via Twitter and Facebook. In the meantime, many thanks for watching.